Hello everyone. I am Dr. Shiv Kumar, Head of the Department Civil Engineering, GIMS Engineering Management, Technical Campus, Greater Noida. So, the topic for today's discussion is doors and windows. So, we'll discuss about the doors and windows in detail. So, let's start with the doors. The doors are the opening in a wall which allow a person to go in and out. There are different kinds of doors are available in the market. As far as the standard doors are concerned, there are around 18 types of doors. But in some books, you may find 16 types of door. You may find sometimes more than 18 types of doors. So it depends. But as far as the standards is concerned, so there are 18 types of door, which we will discuss in our slides. So basically, a door is an accessible barrier which is provided in a wall opening to give an access to the inside of room of a building. The internal portion of a building are connected by doors. So mainly, the door not only provide the entrance and exit from a room, but also provide the safety and security. So purpose of doors are many, but the main is the entrance and exit along with the security. Now we'll talk about the types of doors. So as I have mentioned that there are more than 18 types of door or around 18 types of door are there, which we'll discuss in this lecture. So in this series of doors, we'll talk about the first on batten and ledge door. These are one of the basic types of doors which were used since the starting of the civil engineering. So when we starting the using of doors, then we have started with that some basic types of door. These may be of 3 or 4 types. These are made up of batten, ledge, and braced. So in the batten and ledge doors, you will see in the image there are 2 members, which one is vertical and horizontal. So vertical members or wooden members are called the battens, and the horizontal is known as the ledge. So basically, this door is made up of with 2 components, with 2 parts, which is known as batten and ledge. That is why the name batten and ledge is given to this kind of a door. Generally, the dimension of the batten are 100 to 150 mm in width and 20 to 30 mm thick, whereas general dimension of ledge are 100 to 200 mm and width is in between 25 to 30 mm thick. This type of batten and ledge doors suitable for narrow openings. Generally, these doors were provided in the washroom, the kitchen, and sometimes in the room also. The next is the batten, ledge, and brace door. As it has shown in that figure, you have seen that batten and ledge in the previous image, but here this diagonal strip, which is known as braced or braces. To make more rigid braces, the provided diagonally in addition to the batten and ledge as shown in the figure. Braces are having 100 to 150 mm width and 25 to 30 mm thickness are preferred. Braces should place upward and handing side, then they as a struts and take compression. These types of doors can be used for wider openings. The next is batten, ledge, and frame door. Yeah, this type of doors are comparatively modern doors. For the simple batten and ledge doors, a framework is provided in the form of two verticals known as stiles. So here you can see that the frame ledges are there, and these are the battens. The stiles are generally 100 wide, and as far as the thickness is concerned, the thickness of stile should be equal to the combined thickness of the ledge, batten, preferably 40 mm. The next is the batten ledged brace and frame doors. So in the second type of door, which we have studied, second or third type, just in which we have talked about the batten ledged and brace door, that door is fixed in a frame. In this type of door, it is made up of batten, ledge, stiles, and braces. So it is more rigid, more strengthened, and can provide the better security in comparison to the previous one doors. The braces are connected diagonally between the ledges at about 40 mm from the stiles. Now we talk about the some modern kind of doors, which is known as the framed and panel doors. These are comparatively very strong and give a very good appearance when compared to the previous types of doors. These are widely used doors in almost all types of buildings. The stiles, vertical members, and the rail, this is the horizontal member, are grooved along the inner edges of the frame to receive the panels. These are the panels in between, which is provided between the door or between the frame. The panels are made up of timber or plywood or AC sheets or sometimes glass. These doors may be single leaf for narrow opening and double leaf for the wider opening. Minimum width of stile should be 100 mm and minimum width of the bottom and log rail should be 150 mm. Now, the glazed doors. The glazed doors are generally provided in interior wall openings or in hospital, colleges, and sometimes in malls. You can see. Nowadays, this kind of doors are provided in the high-rise building, in the balconies. The interior of the room is visible through glazed doors, and light also passes through such kind of doors. These may be fully glazed or partially glazed and partially paneled. Glazed panels are provided for glazed doors. The next is flush door. In flush doors, a solid or semi-solid or core portion is covered on both sides with plywood or face veneer. Nowadays, these type of doors are widely used because of good appearance, economic ease of construction, and good or greater durability. So there are two types of flush doors are available in the market. The first one is the solid core or laminated core flush door. So the core part of solid core flush doors consists of a core strips, which is shown in that first figure. Similarly, in the laminated core, battens of 25 mm width are glued under high pressure. Yeah, these are the battens which is glued under high pressure. These doors consist of wooden frame and stiles and rails for holding the core. Finally, plywood sheet or face veneer and cross bands are glued under pressure on both the sides of the doors. Here in the second door, this is the hollow core and cellular core flush. This is. So in this case, also stiles and rails are provided. These are the rails and stiles which are provided in that. And two intermediate rails should be provided in the bottom and the top. The inner space of door is equally spaced battens of width 25 mm each. Other space is called void space. These are the void spaces provided in between. Does not exceed 40% of the area of the door. And here also the face winner and crossbands are glued under high pressure. The next is the lower doors. The lower permit natural ventilation. Then the door is closed and also provide privacy in the room. These are generally used. So these lower doors are provided in previous time, but nowadays these are avoided because these are comparatively less strong. The doors are made up of timber, glass, or plywood, and these may be either fixed or movable. So this kind of a door comparatively having lesser strength. That is why these are the these doors are provided in inner side of the in the inner room, not at the main gate. Now the wire gauged doors. Wire gauge doors permit natural ventilation, restrict entry of flies, mosquitoes, insect, etc. These doors are commonly used in the hotels, restaurant, and for cupboards containing eatables. The now come to the types of door based on the working operation. The doors are classified on the basis of working operation as the revolving doors. These are only provided in the public buildings like museum, banks, libraries. Because of constant visitors, it consists mullion at its center to which four radiating shutters are attached. Now the sliding doors. In this type of doors, they help they run with the help of runners and guide rail. The door slides to the sides. The door may have one or more sliding shutter depending upon the opening and the available area. Now the swing door. In this case, the shutter is attached to frame by double action spring, which help the shutter to move inward as well as outward. Normally, you have seen in the images in the movies. Sometimes what happen if you see in the police station, so you may see such kind of doors as shown in the crime patrol, sometimes in the movies, in the police station. So these doors can move outward and inward direction. Next, collapsible steel doors. Generally, it is called as channeling. Collapsible steel doors are generally used in workshop, sheds, warehouses, and sometimes in the house also it has been provided. The vertical double channel unit is having the size of 20 is to 10 is to 2 mm, are spaced at 10 to 100 mm thick and are braced flat iron diagonals 10 to 20 mm wide and 5 mm thick. The next in this series is rolling steel shutter doors. These are provided in the shops, warehouse, garage, showrooms, factories. These are very strong and offer property safety. The door consists frame, drum, and the shutter of thin steel plates, sometimes gypsum plates, sometimes iron plates. Inner zinc plates are also provided in that. Plate inner lock together. The horizontal shaft is provided in the drum, which helps to open and close the shutter. It is shown in that second image. The next is mild steel doors. The door frame is made up of angle or T section, sometimes L section. The shutter is made up of frame of angle of iron, having two verticals, at least three horizontal. Three horizontal in the sense at the top, in the middle, and the bottom, and vertical on both the side. Mild steel plates are welded on the shutter of the frame. The next is corrugated steel sheet doors. These are same as mild steel door and placed in the of mild steel sheet corrugated steel in the welded form. The last two doors are hollow metal doors. Hollow sections are used to make these doors and rail and styles, etc. are strengthened by welding small T or I section inside. The metal cover plywood door. This type of door is composite construction of hollow metal doors and wooden doors. These doors are encased in tight-fitting sheet metal having tightly folded joints to exclude air so that the core of the doors does not ignite. So it acts as a fireproof door. Now come to the windows part. The windows is also an opening in the wall that allow the light to admit and also air into the structure and also give the outside view if the window is glazed. Window also increase the beauty and appearance of the building. There are different kinds of windows which are nowadays using in the building construction to provide the ventilation as well as the view. So let's talk about the selection criteria for the windows. The selection of suitable windows is particularly based on the location of room, size of the room, climatic condition, direction of the wind, utility of the room, and our architectural point of view. So these are the basic criteria. On these basis, we select the windows. Now we talk about the types of windows. The first one is the fixed windows. Here you can see in the first image the view of fixed window. The fixed window are fixed in the wall without any closing or opening operation. In general, they are provided to transmit the light into the room. Fully glazed shutters are fixed on the window frame. The shutter provided are generally weatherproof because it may have the rain, so it should be waterproof. Now, second is sliding windows. In this case, window shutters are movable in the frame. The movement may be horizontal or vertical depending upon the requirement. The movement of shutter is done by the providing the roller bearings. Generally, this type of window is provided in buses, bank counters, shops, and nowadays it is also provided in the college windows in classrooms. Next is the pivoted windows. In this type of window, pivot are provided to window frames. Pivot is a shaft which help to oscillate the shutter. No rivets are required for the frame. The swinging may either horizontal or vertical based on the position of pivot. Number 4 is metal windows. The metal windows, generally mild steel, is used for making metal windows. These are very cheap and have more strength. So nowadays, these are widely used especially for public building, private buildings, etc. The next is double hung windows. The double hung windows is generally pair of shutters attached to in one frame. The shutters are arranged one above the other. And so we can open the window on the top or bottom based on the requirement. To operate the double hung windows, a chain or cord consisting of metal weight is provided, which is connected over pulleys. So by pulling the weight of cord, the shutter can move vertically upward or downward. Then we can fix the window at our required position of the ventilation or the light, etc. Now come to the lowered windows. As the lower doors, it is just like that. The lower has been provided in the windows that may be of wooden, that may be a metal, that may be a glass. So recommended angle of inclination of lowers is about 45 degree. The sloping of lower is downward to the outside. To run off the rainwater, generally they are provided for the bathroom, toilets, and privacy places. Now, the casement windows. The casement windows are generally provided In the rooms, the shutters are attached to a frame. These can be opened or closed like door shutters. Rivets are provided to the frame to receive the shutter. Here you can see that these are the fixed at the top and the bottom by the pivot. The panel of shutters may be single or multiple. Sometimes wired mesh is provided so to stop the entry of flies and mosquito and other insects. The next is the sash windows. In the first image, you can see that the sash window. The sash window is type of casement window. It is just like the casement window, but in the case of panels, they are fully glazed. It consists top, bottom, and intermediate rails. Like here, you can see the top, bottom, and intermediate rails in the both this one in between and this one. The space between the rails is divided into small panels by means of small timbers members called sash bars or glazing bars. The next is dormer windows. Dormer windows are provided at the sloped roof. These are projected from the sloping roof as shown in the image. They are provide ventilation as well as light in the room. They also enhance the aesthetic sense of the room. Here you can see that the dormer windows. In the Italian architecture, it is very important. Now, come to the corner windows. As the name itself, corner windows are provided at the corners of the room. That means corner windows has two faces in perpendicular direction. By providing this type of window, light or air can be entered into the room in from two different directions. To provide this window, especially lintel is provided in the wall, corner windows will give aesthetic appearance to the building. The next is bay window. The bay windows are is a projected window from wall, which are provided to increase the area of opening, which enables more ventilation and light from outside. The projection of bay windows are different shape. It may be triangular, it may be a rectangular, it may be a polygonal or other shape. They have beautiful appearance, give the beautiful appearance to the structure. Here you can see in the image, the projection is given to the outside of the wall, almost 2 feet or 2.5 feet out of the wall. The next is clerestory windows. If the room in a building are different ceiling height, then clerestory windows are provided in the room which has greater ceiling height than the other room. The shutter able to swing with the help of cord over pulleys. These also enhance the beauty of the building. Here you can see in the first image the clerestory windows. These are also called as the ventilators. Now come to the lantern windows. The lantern windows are provided over the roof, flat roof. The main purpose of the windows is to provide the more light and air circulation in the room. They are projected from the roof surface, so we can close the roof surface when we require. Next is gable windows. The gable windows are provided for sloped roof building. These are windows are provided at the gable end of the sloped roof, so they are called as the gable window. They also improve the appearance of the building. Here you can see in the image, this is called the gable portion. In the gable portion, this window is provided. That is why the name is given the gable windows. Now, the next is ventilators. The ventilators is provided in the wall at the upper portion, just for the ventilation purpose to get the air and the ventilation or air movement. It allows the air to get in and also to get out from the room. The next is the skylights. These skylights are generally provided on the top of sloped roof, so allow to admit the light into the room. A skylight can be opened when we require. Lead cutters are arranged to frame to make it the waterproof. This is, so my friends, this is all about this topic, and we will meet with you again with a fresh topic, which is the smart materials and structures. So till then, thanks to all of you and goodbye. Hope you enjoyed this session. Goodbye.